Why do investors fail in their investment journey, or what do they need to control, or what I have seen happening? One, you go and pick a winner. Are you willing to hold it for 30, 40 years and keep investing more and more money into the same company because you've already picked up? That's it. It's as simple as that. Now, here the line has to be drawn. You could have bought a HDFC Limited or a Reliance and kept pumping money into it, but there are some stocks which don't do well at all. Now, the better example to give with a company with a fantastic and a long track record and then completely slipping into oblivion would be company like General Electric, because it has got a very long track record of being called, I'm sorry, perhaps it's inappropriate, but widow shares, which means somebody could buy it and just put it away and not bother at all, and year on year dividend will go up. It's a fantastic share. Now, if you bought it and it did well for you for a very long period of time, maybe say 10 years, it kept on increasing dividend, you felt very happy, it was in your mother's portfolio and you didn't really shuffle that much, and then suddenly you find that the company is not doing well. What do you do? When do you call the bluff? When do you say, oh my God, let me remove the money? Can you do it in 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 6 quarters? I don't know. That is a call that you have to take. One, that is very difficult, because if you remove at that time and then it goes up further, people will tell you, but you had so much experience, why did you do this? Or if it goes down, look at companies which have completely gone from say 1200 or 1300 to just 6 rupees, right? Normally this does not happen to a regular dividend paying company, because the dividend comes out of cash flow, and when you're talking to me in this channel, you're very likely that you're talking to me about a dividend champion, or for a better word, a guy with a 30-year, 40-year track record. The question is, do you have the patience to stick around for 30, 40 years, or will you be tempted to sell? Asking a person to buy when the markets are down is difficult. Asking a person not to sell a share just because the price has gone up is even worse. So a person who bought good companies and bad companies would happily sell the bad companies? No, he would actually sell the good companies. Plucking the flowers and watering the weeds is a very, very common thing. Sorry, Peter Lynch, using your terms, but that is very common. If a person buys 2 shares at 10 rupees, right, 2 IPOs at 10 rupees, and one price goes up to 20 next say 6-8 months, and one stagnates at 930, 920, 880, very, very high probability that he would sell the more successful one, and he would keep this one saying, at least I have to recover my cost. Between 10 rupees and 9 rupees 80 paisa or 9 rupees 90 paisa, really there's not much of a difference. Just get rid of it. Buy more of the share which has gone to 28. After some time, this 9 rupees 90 paisa share will go to 10 rupees 20 paisa or 10 rupees 50 paisa. On that day, he will sell it off saying, oh, at least I didn't lose money. But the fact that the share which he sold for 28 is now 192 is the missed opportunity, right? So very importantly, if you keep looking at the ticker, if you first of all being on Twitter, having your broker's phone on your dial pad, these are all not very great things to do if you are a decent and good investor and if you're young, because you're more likely to be carried away when you're younger than when you're older. Like when somebody comes and tries to troll me, I'm indifferent, but if I were a 25-year-old girl or a 20-year-old girl, I would be very much worried as to what people think, what people say, right? So that again pulls away your attention from your main focus. So don't do that. Don't be on social media justifying your portfolio and asking people, should I be buying this, should I be buying that? Dividend yield looks good. I mean, Coal India dividend yield definitely looks better than the ITC dividend yield. So if you want dividend yield, maybe Coal India is a better bet. I am not recommending any product. I have Coal India. I don't have ITC. I have said many times in the past, I don't have ITC simply because I think it's a agent for cancer rather than I used to have. So let me tell you my past also. I used to have, but now I don't have. The other reason is people get emotionally attached to a share, so much so that all rational explanations to a fund or to a share falls on deaf ears. You can't tell people. They'll say, oh, you know how much this has earned for me in the past. When my child was born, I didn't have enough money to pay for the hospital. I sold some shares, and out of this only I bought. That's all fantastic sentiment, superb. However, it doesn't work, right? At some stage, you had to cut off your GE. It's an investment. So if you were a shareholder of Reliance from 1977 and kept on reinvesting all the dividends, the return that you get today would be far higher than the return you would have got if you had not reinvested the dividends. Right? It's as simple as that. So if you're a reinvestment of dividends kind of an investor, pay attention to what you have. See whether the company's return on net worth and all are improving. See whether the dividends are rising. Do this. See whether the company is allocating funds at a reasonable, sensible way. If those things are in place and dividends are increasing, maybe for 30, 40, 50 years, you do not need to sell it. And as and when after your death, what happens to your portfolio should not concern you. Thank you.